Hamas sent messages to the U.S. government in the past stating that the movement does not oppose the formation of a Palestinian state within the 1967 borders with Jerusalem as its capital, Israel Radio reported on Monday, quoting the group's Gaza leadership. According to the report, Hamas's Gaza leadership also requested to begin a dialogue with the United States. While Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas puts on a show of playing nice with the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for the sake of the Obama administration, the Palestinian ambassador to Lebanon this month assured the Arab world that the current negotiations are just part of a larger plan to delegitimize Israel. The Palestinian daily newspaper Al-Hayat Al-Jadid reported that on September 9, Ambassador Abdullah insisted that the Palestinian-Israeli negotiations are not a goal, but rather another stage in the Palestinian struggle to isolate Israel, to tighten the noose on it, and to threaten its legitimacy, and to present it as a rebellious and racist state. A couple of weeks ago, I reported that Hamas officials had stated that they would not oppose the creation of a Palestinian state with East Jerusalem as its capital. Today, in the organization's biannual report, they restated their position and also asked for a dialogue with the United States. Certainly, I do not believe that Hamas desires in any way to make peace with Israel. I have always believed that the goal of the Islamic world has always been to get back as much land as possible through peace negotiations before mounting a major attack against Israel. One has to wonder if Hamas and other terrorist groups, such as Hezbollah, are finally getting on the same page as the Palestinians in their quest to regain lost territory. There is no doubt that Hamas cooperating with the U.S. in peace talks, this could ultimately place Israel in a no-win situation where they are forced to negotiate with terrorist organizations. A refusal to participate in peace talks, which could include Hamas, would bring world condemnation, followed by sanctions and further isolation. The Washington Institute for Near East Policy asserted that Israel was preparing for a multi-front war that could result in the occupation of most or all of the Gaza Strip. The report by former Defense Department official Jeffrey White said Israel's military would seek to improve its performance over that war, or over that of the war against Hamas in 2009. The IDF would be occupying some, perhaps substantial parts of Lebanon and potentially all of Gaza, the report entitled "If War Comes, Israel versus Hezbollah and its allies" said. The report envisioned Israel facing a coalition of such Iranian proxies as Hamas and Hezbollah, as well as Syria. White said the war could erupt between Israel and Hezbollah, but could soon include Hamas, estimated to have some 5,000 missiles and rockets. At the same time, no one should be surprised if a new war in the north included a Gaza excursion, the report released on September 17th said. Hamas could decide to enter the conflict in serious fashion, employing heavy rocket fire and long-range weapons. Alternatively, Israel could decide to finish the job begun with Operation Cast Lead in 2008 and 2009. Hamas, assuming it became involved directly, would lose its military power in Gaza and at least some of its political power, the report said. The report said Israel's military strategy would employ massive air and naval power to destroy Hezbollah's missile and rocket network. White said Israel was expected to seek to deter Syria from joining the war. This is likely the scenario that will play out in the coming future. The Bible says in Isaiah 17:1, speaking of the future of Syria, "Behold, Damascus is taken away from being a city, and it shall be a ruinous heap." This prophecy has yet to be fulfilled, and I believe is still yet future. Some have declared they believe it will be a war that will ultimately serve as a catalyst that will bring peace. Personally, I believe peace will come before war, but I certainly would not rule out this scenario playing out in the near future. Well, whether this prophecy will play out during the battle of Gog and Magog or some other separate war, only the Lord knows for sure. But the prophetic winds seem to be blowing towards a sooner than later epic Middle East battle. This is Terry Malone with the Calvary Prophecy Report.